This is what I want you to do with your policies in 2024. Lash tags. No more policies in 2024. Please stop that. If you are going to be a premium lash tag, meaning you're going to be maximizing profits, meaning you're going to be charging more than every other girl in your city, you don't need to have all of these policies in your bio. You don't need to have all of these policies on your booking site. Are you a state regulator or are you a lash tag? I didn't know that I had to go to law school to book a lash appointment. Please stop. And this is why. Because creating a brand is all about telling a story. It's all about controlling how you are positioned in the minds of your potential clients as well as your colleagues, right? So when you have policies, while I understand, like, we want to have policies because you want your business to run smoothly. So I completely get it. And I do not judge you for having them. I don't think that it's bad that you thought about all of the policies. I do, however, think having all caps on your Instagram bio, on your Facebook bio, on your TikTok. I don't even know if TikTok has bios. And also on your booking site, I think that's a bit excessive. I do. You don't walk into Louis Vuitton and all of these high-end stores, and as soon as you get to the door, they start yelling at you. And then also, what we do know about clients, they don't read. They don't read. Like, they gonna book a 2-week refill, and it's been 4 weeks, so we know they don't read. So it doesn't even matter if you put all of those policies there, because putting them there is not going to make your clients read them nor adhere to them. You will have a policy that says if you are a no-show, you lose your deposit. And I guarantee you, someone is going to be a no-show and call you and be like, oh my God, I overslept. I really didn't mean to not make my appointment. Can you please reschedule me? And reschedule me. Can my deposit follow my next appointment? And it's gonna be a no. They don't read that. They don't read that. So let's create a more pleasant environment. Because I would say, even for me, like, if I'm going to someone's page and they have a bunch of policies, like, it just sounds like they're angry. It sounds like they're mad at me. And that's just not always the way that you want to position yourself, because a lot of the times you aren't, right? A lot of the times your policies are there because you have had clients play with you. And I understand, and that's a part of the business. I have had clients play with me. We've all been mad and we've all been played with. But what I have found that may be a better solution, and that has worked for me, is just enforcing my policies, right? It's not always like having them explicitly stated, but when I have a client who's running late, I tell them, like, hey, I can do your lashes in the remaining time of the appointment that you booked. Unfortunately, though, they may not be as full as they typically are because we don't have the full allotted time available, right? And once you actually enforce the policies, you will see that your clients kind of act the way that you want them to. So as the business owners, we have to lead the clients and we have to train the clients on how to operate within our business. And there are other ways to do that besides listing them. Also, what I will say, a booking site is meant for booking. So a lot of the times, depending on what software you use for your booking, they'll let you write like a bunch of policies. So I'll get my phone, right? And then the entire first page is just policy. So if I've never met you, if it's 2:00 in the morning and I came across your Instagram, you do great work, you're in like a good area, I'm looking at your booking site, but before I can even see your pricing, before I can even see the services that you offer, I have a full page of just policies, right? And what we know about being in service and about being in business in general is that you want to make it very easy for people to give you their money. If they have to scroll down and down and down to see your services to then book, that can cost you a potential booking, right? Because people don't want to do that. People have very short attention span and they have a very short window of time whether they're going to give you their money or not. So we want to make it very easy. We want to make sure that we position ourselves like light and fun, that we don't seem angry, because if someone is looking to book you for a 2-hour service, they want to have a good time. And at least if they don't want to have a good time, they don't want to have a bad time. And not to say that you would ever create that sort of environment, but if you are positioning yourself as very like authoritative, that may be an issue, right? And it also may not be a true reflection of who you are. And also, we gotta let go of lash trauma, y'all. Like, we cannot be lash traumatized. I get it. I get you've had people that played with your books, that did not come to their appointments, that were late, that did not read online, that you only want cash. I get that, but you cannot blame all of your future clientele for that either. The same way, I'm sure we all have an ex, right? I cannot allow the trauma from my ex to dictate how I date a new man. I can't put that on him. So you also cannot do that to your clients. You want to make sure that everything you do, you are leading with the story that you want your clients to believe about you. How are you positioned in their mind, right? And I also guarantee you that if you actually stand on business, because you know that's the term, you gotta stand on business, right? If you actually stand on business, you ain't gotta say it. When you go outside, it ain't freaking lists at every corner saying don't shoot nobody. But clearly, you know, if you shoot somebody, the police is coming, right? Like a lot of this stuff is common sense. At this very 2024, this old age that a lot of us are in, most people know that if you cancel last minute, you're gonna lose your deposit. Now, also, I'm not saying that you should not have any policies online. I do think you have to safeguard yourself because people will try you. Like, girl, I ain't see that on your website. That wasn't on the website, so I should get to move my appointment. So yes, you gotta have some policies there, right? But make them very discreet. Right? Be very polite. No all cap, no exclamation points. You ain't got to yell. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me, stranger. I don't know you. I'm just on your website at 3 in the morning. Please don't yell at me. So none of that. Make it very polite and always put what I call a whiff. What's in it for you? Whenever you tell your clients no, you have to tell them what's in it for them, right? Why can't you be late to your appointment? Because hey, if someone is late to their appointment before you, then I have to also push you back, and you wouldn't want that because you may have somewhere to go. Why can't I make your lashes this full? Oh, because I'm looking at your lashes, and if I make them super, super full and super mega volume, they might break, blah, 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 whatever. But you always want to have some sort of with them because we are in service, which means that we are here to serve. So we always have to be client first. Hopefully that was helpful. And again, y'all, please rip up the policies. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.